if it doesn't come.
Hello, I'm Peter Cheung, one of two lay advisors for the MRCGP. So I contribute to quality assurance and standard setting processes, but also help to bring the patient's perspective to the development and delivery of the TRIPOS. My background is in primary teaching and in teacher education. I was a teacher and deputy head teacher in primary schools in Cumbria before moving into teacher education as senior lecturer and finally principal lecturer at the University of Cumbria. And that background provides some understanding of postgraduate education and assessment processes. As well as familiarity with some key ideas around professional accreditation. I'm going to be observing the second day of the two-day modified ANGOF process for the AKT. And I want to say something about the importance of standard setting in the MRCGP as a whole and the AKT in particular. Now, as a patient, clearly what matters to me is that my GP ensures that I'm safe. I don't want him or her to prescribe an unsafe dose of medication, nor do I want him or her to miss some symptoms that perhaps mean I've got a serious illness. So patient safety is of paramount importance. And in setting the standard for the AKT, it's essential that the ANGOF judges set the cut score at a point which will exclude any trainee who might be unsafe. But let's be honest here. This is in many ways quite a low bar, isn't it? Because when I go to see my GP because I'm unwell, I don't just want to be kept safe, I want to be made better. So the knowledge I'm expecting of my GP is greater than just that which would keep me safe. The bar is higher, therefore, and this will have implications for where the cut score should be. Now, as a patient, I'm a stakeholder in relation to the TRIPOS in more complex ways too. As well as being someone who's sometimes unwell and needs treatment, I'm someone who pays taxes. And I have a legitimate right to expect that the part of those taxes which goes to fund primary care is spent well. So I don't want my GP to be sending me for unnecessary tests, for example. Nor do I want to be prescribed an expensive course of drugs when a cheaper option is available. So once again, the knowledge base is higher and the bar is raised. But, and this is important, it's not in my interests to have the ANGOF judges raise the bar too high. That might mean that candidates who are capable of practicing safely and independently are prevented from qualifying, and the GP workforce would be smaller as a result. And if there are fewer GPs dealing with more patients, that might mean I experience delays in accessing primary care services. And of course, overworked GPs are more likely to make mistakes with consequent implications for patient safety. So patient safety actually influences the standard setting process at both ends of the spectrum. Too low, and some less competent doctors might become qualified inappropriately. Too high, and some doctors who are actually sufficiently competent might be excluded. Somewhere between those two extremes lies the just passing candidate sitting at the Goldilocks point where the cut score must be set. Good luck in your deliberations.